wrap a bean around it. That is so good. Welcome to Swaledale's Summer Barbecue Recipe Series, bringing you some great ideas for your summer barbecue, simple things, sides, these interchangeable between the cuts really, and talking you through how to cook and guiding you to some underused, undervalued cuts. Barnsley chops from Yorkshire, Barnsley, the well-known mining town. There's a tale that the miners, after their long shift down the pits, would go to the local butcher on the high street, and they were always asking for big chop. So the butcher said, you know what, I'm going to go straight through the saddle and do a double chop. That'll keep him happy. That's how we ended up with the Barnsley chop. Tips for cooking this on a barbecue: because it's cut from the loin, it's got that layer of fat on top, which needs a bit of time to render. So little bit of olive oil, good old seasoning of salt, and we're just going to find an area of the grill which is hot but not too crazy hot. We're going to begin the process of rendering out the fat. We're going to cook that Barnsley nice and pink. These are almost like runner beans, piatoni beans they're called. Very delicious. Awesome early summer ingredient. And these are going to get a slow grill. Patience is key really in rendering, and just take your time. There's no rush. You can see on this side you're starting to get good colour. You can see the fat here is starting to turn that translucent colour. The fat's rendering out of it. On this side you see the opposite. It's still, that now needs some love. Now you can see you got nice browning and rendering of fat on both sides of the chop here. At this stage, I'm just going to repeat the trick on the bottom side, because these chops have got a lovely bit of fat there, which although not everyone is going to want to eat, I think if you do want to eat it, you want to cook it a little bit. 12 to 15 minutes rendering the fat on that side in the sort of medium to low heat of the barbecue. Let a bit of that fat drip on your beans. Lost a couple of beans in there. The actual flesh, whilst it's not really cooking, it is certainly coming up to temperature, which means by the time we actually come to cook the flesh, it'll probably be quite a quick process. They're looking really nice. We're just going to dress these whilst they're still warm. Got some diced shallots, which are just sitting in a tiny bit of white wine vinegar. We're going to give that a little bit of that. Just nice to dress the beans a little bit, and a little drizzle of olive oil. We'll just let them sit until our lamb chops are ready. We put them in the hottest part of the grill, and some of that fat started spitting out. Then it starts getting licked by the flames a bit too much, and you don't want it to burn. So just move it away let the flames die down a little bit. Back in. Barbecue cooking, you want to be quite aware, quite attentive to the heat, to the situation. And now, yeah, they want to rest for at least 10 minutes. I think resting is even more crucial when something's on the bone. Barnsley chops are rested, looking delicious. Our beans dressed, they've been sitting there for a little bit. Sort of lovely room temperature, exactly what we want for a barbecue side. Now you're working around a bone here. Follow the bone, along there, all the way to that end, and the same with that one, and then take off the little fillet bit. That will kind of push away almost. You release it and then you scrape it off. Nice clean bone, give that to your dog. You got a bit of fillet. The nice thing about a Barnsley chop actually is you get a bit of belly meat as well, which has got that lovely fat on it. You got some loin meat. It's actually come out really nice. I think it's a nice amount of pink, lovely rendered fat, pink flesh. Happy days. This guy off. We've got our black olive dressing with oregano, barbecue chilies, and that's just going all over the whole lot, I think. And that's Barnsley chops, barbecued flat beans, and black olive dressing.